to make ends meet? Do you need a minute to get off your feet? Moving to the rhythm of the same old beat. Whoa. A slave to the grind till you drop dead. Tangle with the devil living in your head. Do you wanna party with me instead? Whoa. So we're going out tonight to dance under the city lights and live like we'll never die. Whoa. So we're living it up. We're living it up, yeah. We're living it up, yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to Cruise Shop Save. I've got a wonderful guest this month. Her name is Steph from Cruise with Amber, and I was just in awe of her pictures on Instagram when she cruised to the northern coastline on Havila. She'll tell me how to say it properly. Anyway, let me bring Stephanie, who could tell me exactly how to pronounce the cruise name. Hi, Steph. How are you?
Fine. Good evening. How are you?
Oh, I was doing so well then. Hang on. I think I need more wine. Good evening. Good. How are you? Happy Friday. Yay.
I've got sparkles because it's coronation weekend, so I thought I'd do sparkles.
I love those glasses.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So welcome, Steph. Welcome, everybody. We've already got comments. Hi, guys. Hi. Welcome to the Cruise Shop Save Live. Today, my special guest is Steph, who cruised on, what was the name of the ship?
Havila Voyages. Yeah.
Havila.
I was calling it Havila first. So I was Havila. So Havila.
Havila Voyages. Now, before you cruised, I had not heard of this cruise line. So tell us a little bit about the cruise line and the ship, and then we'll get into like the sustainability and where you went, etc.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's right. You wouldn't have heard of them because they only started really selling into the UK market sort of the start of this year. So because there has been another sort of cruise line, Hurtigruten, who have done the route for like sort of quite a long time. And the Norwegian government basically sort of had a new license or put out, sort of a new license. So to introduce a bit of competition and also for, I suppose, sort of risk protection really, because that route serves all the little communities up the Norwegian coast.
Ah, right. Okay. Ooh, different.
Yeah, it is different to if you went on a Northern Lights cruise. So it's a voyage. Right. And they serve both those routes actually serve the Norwegian communities. So so they've started to now have there's 4 ships. Luckily now there's now 4 ships. There are only 2 at the start of the year, but they've managed. There's been some legalities that they've had to go through, and so they finally sort of got the 2 other ships. So there's 4 ships sailing the Norwegian coastline, going up and back.
Oh wow!
Constantly, and just doing that route. Hurtigruten do it as well, and they do some other expeditions, but Havila is just focused on that route, which is great. Absolutely brand new ships, beautiful inside, and sort of, I suppose we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. But yeah, so they've started to market and sell to the UK market at the moment. So that's why, I was invited on. I'm very lucky to be able to do so. And that was it. So lots. I'm going back on with them. I'm going to book.
Are you?
Full 12-night trip.
Definitely. In the future. Yeah, we've got lots of people joining us. We've people saying hello. We've got Fraser. Hi, Fraser. We've got Dan and Jay. Hola.
Fraser's in Barcelona at the moment. Not jealous.
Barcelona. Oh yeah, Barcelona. Sorry.
And Dan and Jay, come on, say hello.
Sniff of the barmaid's apron. I've just had a couple of sips. I'm like, oh, hello. I haven't had my dinner yet. So we've got KS. I don't know what your first name is. I wish I knew. So I'll be booking MSC World Europa really, really soon. Oh my God, how exciting. That is going to be awesome. Right, we want to hear all about that. And we've got Dan and Jay asking this really cool question. What is included in Havila cruise fare? Good question.
Good question. Yes. So you have got accommodation. Obviously, you have got. There's no shore excursion that's included, but all food is included. It's all plated food, so it's not like There's one specialty restaurant, but to be honest, the food is so beautiful in the other restaurants. You would have a really tough job getting through the whole menus, even on the 12-day round trip. But there is an opportunity the speciality menu. Again, that's very refined food. And I think that worked out, I can't remember like the exchange rate, but it's about probably 30 or 40 pounds per head. I could be wrong there, but the exchange rate.
Good, isn't it? But I mean, if you think about it, is it 5 courses as well? Was it 5 courses?
That's a 5-course menu.
Yeah.
And it changes. There's I think it changes as you go the northbound voyage. There's much more of I think a seafood focused menu. That's the northbound is more meat based. And so the southbound's more fish based, I think. So seafood. Beautiful food.
Lovely. And I'm assuming alcohol and drinks are not included.
They're not included. However, Havila Voyages have got this drinks package that I wish that other cruise lines would follow. Basically, you buy your drinks package based on the number of units you consume. So a unit is a glass of wine or a beer or something like that per glass, as it were, not per bottle, unfortunately. So it's sort of per, and you've got the menu that shows so whether it's included. So you can buy like 50 units or 100 units or 30 units. They've got a small, medium and sort of large package, but you can transfer that between people. So say if you were on as a couple, you think, actually, do you know what? We probably wouldn't do 200 drinks, but we might do 130 drinks. So one of you could buy the 100, one of you could buy the 30, and you could interchange. Right. Or one of you could just buy the 100 and you can interchange. You could buy someone else a drink if you so wished. It's not as restrictive.
That's good. I have found that
really, really good.
That is so, I know, because when I was on P&O, I found that really difficult. When you're with them, you meet some nice people and you're like, oh, I'll get this rounding, because that's what Brits do. You're with some nice people, they go, you're empty, do you want a drink? And you just couldn't do that. So, it's really bizarre. Oh, I like that idea. I'd be the 100 unit girl, I think.
Well, I was trying to work out how much of that would be today. And it actually works out, I think, then about £8 a drink, which is pretty good, even for Norwegian, like sort of standard. So about £8 for a glass of wine, or, and that's not too bad. So none that was obviously the exchange rate when I worked it out. It might have fluctuated a bit, but, really good anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Oh God. So Dan and Jay is saying that love the drinks package you mentioned. Why can't the larger cruise lines have this imagination? Yeah, I totally agree. I think they're missing a trick.
It's so refreshing. And the thing is, you don't really, you don't mind buying the drinks package then. And I probably sort of buy it, and then you can obviously sort of probably top up or buy an extra when you're on board if you feel like because you just get a discount on it then. I just think it makes sense.
They just make it so complicated because you're stressing out whether, oh God, can I drink all those drinks because I want to get my money's worth. What they should do is that, and then if you've got any left over, they can either say, well, you can bank them for your next cruise. Oh, hello, encouraging you to book another cruise, or we'll just refund that back to you. Makes perfect sense. I love that. Yeah. So let's talk about I watched your videos on your YouTube channel. I'm just going to put your YouTube channel up here because you have got 3, I think, really good videos. Yeah, really good.
3 at the moment. There's more like sort of the ship-based videos that are up there. So I've got a couple of cabin tours. One, I was able to see one of the junior suites that they have. They've got the most numerous. That's the most numerous suite on board. There's a couple of other like panoramic suites and a lighthouse suite, which is the kind of that's got the jacuzzi on the deck and everything, your own private jacuzzi, which is absolutely fantastic. That's the lighthouse suite. So I went to see. I know, it's gorgeous. So I went to see a junior suite, which is really lovely, and the layout reminded me of kind of like on Britannia. You've got the aft suites on Britannia where they've got the sort of separated with a TV. There's that I saw a suite. I saw and obviously I've done the cabin tour of where I stayed, which is a superior sea view, really lovely. And I think I was toying up because Hurtigruten and Havila do exactly the same route. It just all depends on what day you're in Bergen or whatever port to catch the ship. However, the accommodation on Havila I think is superior because a lot of
Hurtigruten.
Just because it's kind of Hurtigruten's been doing it for ages, so they're retrofitting all of their ships at the moment. But their newer ships aren't on this route, so there's the older ships. But The Havila ones, I really love the accommodation, and I mean, if anybody can have a look at the video and just have a look around.
Yeah.
And
I
they'll
thought
agree,
it was stunning.
beautiful.
Yeah, I thought it was very similar to a river cruise ship, high-end river cruise ship, because I've been on Viking river cruises, but
Yeah.
obviously a cruise ship. I just loved the floor-to-ceiling glass windows, which is what you
Oh, it's
get on the
beautiful.
river cruise ships. I just thought it was stunning. It felt really chilled out, laid back, kind of felt casual.
Oh yeah, you don't need to
Yeah.
take dressy up clothes on there. This
Oh,
is a
good.
very, it's chilled. It is, there's no dress code.
Yeah.
There's no expectations over dinner, you know, that you have to have, you know, like sort of a shirt and tie or anything like that.
Love it.
It's totally Norwegian. It's just like, come and just, you know,
Yeah.
be yourself and enjoy the company and enjoy the
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah.
And that's sort of like, yeah, it's kuslig, I think it's called in Norwegian. It's like kuslig. I'll probably pronounce that sort of
don't ask me. It sounds fabulous to me. But so let's talk about the sustainability side of things, because I thought. So speaking of food and sustainability, I quite like that link, because I think that people would be shocked at how much food is wasted on a cruise ship. It is shocking, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, everything's plated, so you don't. There's no buffet on board.
Right.
Even
No
the
buffet.
There's three restaurants, really, or there are three places to dine. There's the Havila Cafe, which is kind of like your buffet style food. It's got burgers and their pizzas. So it's like, so very much of like, if you come back after a shore excursion, you've missed your dining time, or you just want something a bit more casual, that's the place to dine. It's all plated up though, so it's ordered fresh. It's fantastic. Then you've got the Havila restaurant, which is the main restaurant on board. That is beautiful. I mean, like floor to ceiling, panoramic windows at the back of the ship. Amazing, you know. And then you've got the Hildring restaurant, which is the fine dining. So that's the pay extra. But I mean, everything that, you know, sort of you get served in the Havila restaurant, Havila, it's like cooked to order, but also they encourage you to have like smaller plates of things, and you can order as much as you want. They don't restrict you on ordering, but they only ask you to order as much as you think you can comfortably finish.
Yeah.
Which I think is great, because they have got, I can't remember off the top of my head now what the target was, but it's something like 75 grams of food waste per person per day that they're aiming for. I mean, yeah.
See, I've never, because these cruise lines, you know, they talk about sustainability, and largely they're speaking about the fuel that they use, but I've never heard a cruise line speaking about food. And this is a target that they have, that they want to meet, at the same time delivering fantastic food for the guests and not restricting them, not saying, oh, we don't have that, you know, that's
but it's a different mindset on board. It's just a whole different mindset.
You can feel
that. The Norwegian mindset, definitely, you get completely immersed. You're on with locals. You know, this route, there's a local communities.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can sit in the Havila Cafe and you come across Norwegians who have got an excellent command of English, and like sort of it just puts you to shame thinking you're conversing your language here, and I feel really embarrassed about it. And they like sort of absolutely sort of you know, brilliant conversations. Just like for 5 minutes or for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And even that itself is just having people from where you're cruising giving you bits of information is enhancing your cruise as a foreign person, you know, as a British person going on that ship. Isn't that amazing? And what
it's the most
great
immersive experience of a voyage, like, of the local communities. I mean, I know you've got cruise ships who bring people on board and they do shows and everything, which is great. But this is kind of like, you know, you're traveling with the locals rather than the locals traveling with you, and it's brilliant. I loved it.
And what you know, they always say, go to a Chinese restaurant where Chinese are eating. So you're going on a Norwegian cruise line, with Norwegians. So that just says it all, doesn't it?
Well, they kind of like use it. If you think of it in terms of 2 points, there's like, I can't remember what 2 ports it is, but these 2 ports, the distance between them is kind of like traveling wise was probably about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
And to go via car, you know, if you were traveling, probably take you about 8 hours. So you can, because you've got to go all the fjords, you've got to go through all the tunnels and everything like that, because it's not a straight line, the Norwegian fjords and all the coastal route. and that's why they use the actual the ships. It's almost like they would say a ferry service, but it's much better than a ferry service.
Yeah. Hi, Emma. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, actually, I can't see you. I don't know why I said that. I'll see you soon, though. Hope you're well. Hope your show went well. Oh, I don't know if you did a show. Anyway, we've got Dan and Jay. The sustainability, environmental awareness of this cruise line would persuade us to cruise with them. Oh, wow. Yeah, me too. I'm loving it. Yeah.
One of the other things that they do as well, which is coming in, I think, 2026, is that only certain, I think it's zero emissions. There's this there's a dictate from the Norwegian government is like, so basically to sail up certain parts of the fjord, like the Trolley Fjord, which is like that really narrow fjord, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, it's zero emissions. Now, likes of some of the larger cruise lines ain't gonna be able to get up there, and you're gonna have to get into like a grid box like that. You have to go up there. Havila can go up there because it can run on 4 hours, just battery power, zero emissions.
Yeah,
they did tell us about explain how it worked, but I was just like, I think I had too much physics at the time, to be honest. But it was impressive. Let's put it that way. But yeah, zero emissions, or they reduced by 90%, or something like sort of incredible like that. But it's
that makes sense.
Batteries are charged with hydrogen. So sure, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's like an entire package, and I love the fact that you can go on a Norwegian cruise line to Norway that cares about the environment and delivers a fully immersive experience. Yeah, I agree. I would definitely book. So what are we talking price wise? So it sounds to me like it's really flexible. Like, can you go on for like a long weekend, depending on A to B, where it's going?
Packages, I think they're trying to work out at the moment, because obviously they're new selling it into the UK market. They're trying to get sort of flight packages and sort of get some sort of packages set up. You can fly into the main ones, start from the beginning. The main ones go from Bergen. So the 12-day round trip will be Bergen to Bergen, and you'll get up to Kirkenes, which is right at the top, and you'll come back down. So I think it's 6 days up and 7 days back, or I can't remember how I probably got that one way around. But it's slightly longer on one of the journeys. But anyway, it's it's 12 nights on board, really. But you can also join at Tromsø and Trondheim, or Kirkenes, which is right at the top. So you can either fly into Kirkenes and do the voyage south, or fly into or you fly into Bergen and you do that route, or you go into Bergen. So or anything in between. Some people were going to Tromsø and then they were taking the train back to Oslo, or they were in Trondheim and they were taking the train back to Oslo. You can mix and match it. I think there's Best Serve Scandinavia was the company that they're working with at the moment to go all the packages. And so they'll package a hotel stay in Bergen before and after the voyage. And I think it was around 3 or 4K per person, but that includes kind of everything, and your flights and your transfers.
That's really good. That's actually really good. Yeah. I think that was good.
I mean, I don't know whether it was an interior cabin, but the thing is to remember is an interior cabin has the pull down bed, so one of you will have to sleep in the pull down bed, and it's harder to get up there. So if you don't think you're going to like that, go for a superior, a double, or sort of a sea view or something like that.
So on your YouTube channel, you've got a fantastic review of the food, by the way. So I know you were just talking about the food there. So people can watch a review of the food, the cabin reviews that you did of the junior suite. Did you do a review of an interior cabin?
No, we didn't do an interior cabin. I've got the Sea View Superior Double. I've got a junior suite. Yeah, dining guide. I forgot about that. And then the ship tour. And there is a cabin guide. I have got a cabin guide on my website. So there's all of the different sort of which I couldn't fit into the actual videos. But
this is your website. Okay, and this is the website. So let's just talk about the cruise itself, because you saw the Northern Lights, right? And do you know what I found fascinating is that you were out on deck and there was snow on the decks.
Yeah.
I love that.
It felt Christmassy. It was weird. I mean, I was over there like the end of February, March, and there was one part we were supposed to sail through that really thin fjord, the Trolley Fjord. And what they do is they sail up there. they put the battery power on, so it's absolutely silent. There's no, it's just silent. And they put the spotlights on the walls, basically, of rock that are either side of you. And you just say that. And then there's this kind of ceremony that they have. So they have like shots and kind of the Norwegian version of blue wine, and you're there. And of course, we couldn't do it because we were running a little bit behind schedule. But that's what they normally do. So on your voyage north, you will do that. So you'll sail into the Trollfjord and you'll have this ceremony. But it was snowing when we were out on deck, when we should have been there, but we were still doing it. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
So and the pictures just absolutely beautiful. So you saw the Northern Lights. How did it make you feel when you saw the Northern Lights?
It was weird. The first time I saw that, we were doing snowmobiling over, which was really scary. Because, not the snowmobiling. What I found most scary was we got off at one port and then the ship was sailing around to the other port.
Yeah.
And by that time we were going to meet it, but we were snowmobiling over this Arctic tundra to get there. And the scariest bit was seeing our ship leave in the night, and we were stuck on shore. I was thinking, all of my stuff's on there. Everything's on there. And see the ship. And I was like, no, it's okay. We're meeting it. And I'm with other people, and it's okay.
And a mild panic. Yeah.
And so we went up, we got the snowmobiles, and one of the people I was really organised, the press ship, Emma, she was saying, oh, like they're over there, and you can't really see them really well with like sort of your eyes, but I took a long exposure on the iPhone, and then like this faint green kind of wisp of like sort of it was just on the horizon. I went, oh okay, all right, is that, and then all of a sudden we were snowmobiling, we got past like sort of off the road and everything. It was pitch black, well, not pitch black, but it was kind of like in the middle of nowhere, literally. And all of a sudden this like sort of you can't. I think I don't know whether I sent you a photo of it.
So do you know what? I'm so transfixed with what you're saying. I actually forgot there for a minute that you've actually sent me pictures. So I was just like, so.
I think a picture explains it. I will not be able to explain it, and Emma will know because Emma Cruises saw them, and I was so chuffed when she saw them, because that was just there, and I turned around and it's just kind of like this little silent thing that's just happening in the background.
Right.
And it just literally takes your breath away, because it's just so magical.
Yeah.
I know the physics behind it. I can't explain it to them, but I know the physics behind it. I know how it happens. I know like some of the facts about why this happens. But believe me, when you see it for the first time, you just go, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And it is. Like,
did you cry?
Very much like I did cry, yes.
I would cry, yeah. That would make me cry.
Yeah, I did cry.
Things like that made me cry, yeah. And actually, so sorry, but I'm so sorry, guys. You actually did send me pictures of the food. So just backtracking a little bit on. Oh, look at that view.
Oh, so that's the Havila restaurant. So that is kind of like the view that you will get. I mean, all the tables have got this kind of like equivalent view. Really, you're not straining your neck to see the view.
That's
I love laid out.
I love, I love the atmosphere of a big ship. It's brilliant. But this sort of intimate dining, and you don't have to queue, and it's just all right there. It's lovely.
The stuff are amazing. The stuff are amazing. So that's the small little plates I was talking about.
Yeah.
You just order small plates, but it's kind of like, I was calling it Norwegian tapas.
Yeah.
A little bit like
it looks like that.
That's the kind of like great. And so it's so those were the I think it was the Havila fries. So they got cheese on them, and then there was the chicken Caesar salad, and then the lingam prawns. And it was just all beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
That's all fresh.
That was lunch, fresh, cooked to order, plated up, and it was just like your standard lunch, really.
This is the ship that you were on, the Havila Castor. Gorgeous ship. I've got to say, that is a beautiful ship. So let me ask you, how many? I was trying to figure it out by your tour, and the ship's tour that you did on your YouTube channel. How many guests does it? What's the capacity?
I think it's 690 guests.
Oh, see, that's great, isn't it? Yeah, that's really great.
I love that. I can't remember what the capacity was when we were on. Of course, people change. There's some, some ports are more popular than others, because of the sort of the routes that they run. But it never felt crowded. There was always a place to
No.
sit. I mean, and even if it
Yeah.
was, you could go back to your cabin because that was lovely and spacious. You know, just look out the window, or go up on
Beautiful.
deck.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. They are really lovely ships. Really, really lovely. I was very impressed.
Fraser's got to go. Where's he going next? What's the next cruise?
Somewhere hot and sunny, probably.
Hot
Not that
and
I'm
sunny.
jealous at all.
Oh, I love following Fraser. He's cruising forever, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really enjoying like sort of to see him
I'm
sort of show
enjoying
up at
it.
the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
Especially on Fraser's story.
Yeah, me too. If you're watching this, do hop over to Fraser at Sea. He's constantly cruising. That's what his next book should be. Constantly cruising.
Yes.
I've got some more pictures here. I love this picture. I'd love to know more about it. How cute is that?
So that's the Snow Hotel in Kirkenes, which is kind of like we're able to do the flights back were such that it was just too tight, so we stayed over another night, and that was one of the options to stay in the Snow Hotel. So I slept on a bed of ice it wasn't a bed of ice. It was kind of but it was sort of cold. It was -4 degrees. So
oh wow.
But you can actually tag that on. That's one of the shore excursions. You can tag on to your cruise or your voyage with Havila. So if you wanted to do that, then you know, you might want to start in Kirkenes and do the round trip Bergen back to Kirkenes. You just south and then north again, and then stay a night either before you sail or at the end of your voyage. I would probably do it before you sail, right? Because it does feel a little bit like it's definitely an experience to do, but it did feel like, you know, when you go camping and you wake up in the morning, you just go, oh, I just need a nice hot shower. There was hot showers there, thankfully, but you just feel, I just want a nice bed now. But it's a great experience to do.
Great experience.
Definitely.
I get it. So you're saying do that before you cruise, then you go on the cruise and you've got the luxury of your cabin and stuff like that. Yeah.
You can stay in cabin there as well, but I opted to, you know, just to stay in that nice hotel.
So this is just stunning, and look at the snow on the deck. I just think that's so beautiful.
So that is kind of when you get into the Arctic tundra thing. That's right at the top. That's Honnesvag. We were about half an hour, 20 minutes away from Honnesvag there, which is where you get off to go and see the North Cape. So that's the northernmost point in Europe, but where you go and visit, it's a little bit like Land's End, really. It's not the actual northernmost point. It's a little bit further, but that's the most accessible point. But so it was, and you could see photos and show them, but they were tiny little communities, just dotted around, and they're just like, so self-sustaining as well, and it was just amazing.
Amazing. Well, I thank you so much for coming to talk to me. I swear to God, I was so captivated by your pictures on Instagram, and by the way, your Instagram is just stunning. Even before you got that 360 camera. I mean, the 360 camera is fantastic. It does help, but you just really, really good. I just love all the information that you give us, and thank you so much for coming tonight to tell us. Because I know you're going out this evening, so I appreciate it very, very much. But if anyone's watching this, definitely head over to Steph's YouTube channel, which is here it is. Cruise with Amber, and in fact Instagram is Cruise with Amber, Facebook page Cruise with Amber, and your website as well. It's just all really good.
Always the same. Made it easy.
Yeah. Made it easy. That's brilliant.
Mainly for me.
What's that?
Mainly for me, so I don't forget.
And me, and thank you very much for everybody watching and all your questions. If you're watching this after we've gone live, definitely stick some questions in there. If you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube, myself or Cruise with Amber will get back to you. But Havila Voyages is definitely an exploration company to look out for, and they do these wonderful experiences. That just sounds fantastic. So thank you so much, Steph, for coming on to chat to us tonight, and have a fantastic coronation weekend. Cheers, darling. Cheers, everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye. Bye.